Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's July 11th, 2022. We're in the New Testament book of Matthew. We're going to read chapter 20, verse 17 to 21:11 today. Well, what's going to happen here? Well, first we get Jesus telling his disciples for the third time that he's going to die and that he's going to be raised. We have the mothers of John and James who say, hey, could you put my son on one side and my other son on your other side when you're sitting on your throne in your kingdom? And Jesus says, well, that's not mine to give them, and you're not really sure what you're asking them because those are some exalted positions. And his other disciples get a little bit mad, and that's when he gives them one more explanation for that upside downness of the kingdom of heaven. You know what? If you want to be at the top of the kingdom of heaven, you got to be at the bottom. You want to be the leader, you got to be the servant. You want to be exalted, you got to be a slave. Jesus, it's all about that servanthood and serving. Then he heals two blind men, and in Mark it's one blind man. So how do we do? Is there a discrepancy there? Well, Mark was straight in your face. There's one guy talking to Jesus. That's the guy that Mark is concentrated on. Matthew, he likes to give you all the details. So if there's some people standing back there who maybe didn't talk a lot and maybe weren't noticed by some of the other disciples, Matthew's the one that saw them. So Matthew sees two people there. Only one of them talks to Jesus. Jesus heals their blindness and once more says, hey, you know what? Don't go spreading my name around. I'm still holding that back. But these guys they don't stop. Praise Jesus, you are the Messiah. And that kind of starts right into Jesus going into Jerusalem because he's greeted like a king and he accepts that. So he's done at that point holding back that acknowledgement as a Messiah. So we're going to see that switch take place. So let's go ahead and we're going to read Matthew chapter 20, verse 17 to 21:11. And as Jesus was going up to Jerusalem, he took the 12 disciples aside, and on the way he said to them, see, we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be delivered over to the chief priests and scribes, and they will condemn him to death, and deliver him over to the Gentiles to be mocked and flogged and crucified, and he will be raised on the third day. Then the mother of the sons of Zebedee came up to him with her sons, and kneeling before him, she asked him for something. And he said to her, what do you want? She said to him, say that these two sons of mine are to sit, one at your right hand and one at your left in your kingdom. Jesus answered, you do not know what you are asking. Are you able to drink the cup that I am to drink? They said to him, we are able. He said to them, you will drink my cup, but to sit at my right hand and at my left is not mine to grant, but it is for those for whom it has been prepared by my Father. And when the 10 heard it, they were indignant at him and said, let me try that one more time. And when the 10 heard it, they were indignant at the two brothers. But Jesus called them to him and said, you know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their great ones exercise authority over them. It shall not be so among you, but whoever would be great among you must be your servant, and whoever would be first among you must be your slave, even as the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. And as they went out of Jericho, a great crowd followed him. And behold, there were two blind men sitting by the roadside. And when they heard that Jesus was passing by, they cried out, Lord, have mercy on us, Son of David. The crowd rebuked them, telling them to be silent. But they cried out all the more, Lord, have mercy on us, Son of David. And stopping, Jesus called them and said, what do you want me to do for you? They said to him, Lord, let our eyes be opened. And Jesus in pity touched their eyes, and immediately they recovered their sight and followed him. Now when they drew near to Jerusalem and came to Bethphage to the Mount of Olives, then Jesus sent two disciples, saying to them, go into the village in front of you, and immediately you will find a donkey, tied and a colt with her. Untie them and bring them to me. If anyone says anything to you, you shall say, the Lord needs them, and he will send them at once. This took place to fulfill what was spoken by the prophet, saying, say to the daughter of Zion, behold, your king is coming to you, humble and mounted on a donkey, on a colt, the foal of a beast of burden. The disciples went and did as Jesus had directed them. They brought the donkey and the colt and put on them their cloaks, and he sat on them. Most of the crowd spread their cloaks on the road, and others cut branches from the trees and spread them on the road. And the crowds that went before him and followed him were shouting, Hosanna to the Son of David! Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord! Hosanna in the highest! And when he entered Jerusalem, the whole city was stirred up, saying, "Who is this?" And the crowd said, "This is the prophet Jesus from Nazareth of Galilee." May God bless the reading of his word, and may God bless you. Bye.